So much for staying tuned. It's still the conversation here on Lagos Television. Well, before we take our hip-hop artists this morning, we would, of course, have another guest in the studio today who will quickly take us through what he does. And, of course, it is a social app. And just before we came on, I asked him, okay, what kind of app is this? And he said a social app. And I'm like, okay, this is my very first time of coming across this app. All right, the app is Kluoto. Yes, I hope I'm correct about it. All right, and of course we have, of course, joining the studio this morning to take us through what this app is all about and what exactly they do and how we all can also benefit from this app. This morning we have Chukwuemeka Martins or Sophia. Thank you for being here. You're the founder of the app.
Yes, hi.
So what exactly is Kluoto?
All right, so Kluoto is a social networking application.
Okay.
That is basically created to help the Gen Z businesses, I'll
Okay.
say that, yeah. And everyone basically, content creators and all. This app was basically created to not just help the market, I'd say, but also specifically to help the Nigerian sector, the Nigerian economy.
Okay.
Right. So recently, over the past few years, we've literally been having different arguments or having different complaints about the way my competitors treat Nigerians, I'd say. Okay. And in terms of Instagram, TikTok, X, basically the Meta family. And it was something that we basically, my team and I sat down to say, okay, so whatever the privilege that other social networking platforms cannot give Nigerians, we will be the first, right, to actually consider the Nigerian economy to, give Nigerians more advantage over other in social media, in the social media network, over every other platform currently exists.
Right. So while creating or while developing the app, was it were you specific about the Nigerian crowd, or is it something that over time you intend to also open to other parts of the world? Because I'm asking because what exactly is the motive behind wanting to push for it to the Nigerian market or the Nigerian economy, and the advantage it will be over other apps?
Okay, so first of all, right, we're currently in the UK. Okay. And we're a UK-based company. Okay. And looking to also open shores to the United States, right? That's currently in motion though. But we have more of our traffic in the United Kingdom and most of it also in the United States though, although we're not legally open there. Okay. But the thing is this, right? What we've basically given to Nigerians is exclusivity to the application. Right. So, for example, we've got different features which ranges from per hour earning to basically all the features. I'll say that's right. So. For Nigerians, only Nigerians have access to the feature of earning per hour. Okay,
why is that?
Okay, so basically we're trying as much as possible to help the Nigerian economy, to help the content creators in Nigeria, right? So they don't just spend so much time on the internet without gaining
something back.
Something back,
it's a give back.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of you go on the internet and you make as much money just by scrolling, basically. Okay. Right? So we pay for that time you spend in per hour, and then we have a basic instant monetization for content. Okay. So instead of you on YouTube or what's not reaching a specific amount of timeline or audience,
right, before you can get your earnings,
you can easily just post on Kluoto and you instantly earn, right? That way, also we thought it that the Nigerian economy, as at this time, Nigerian youths basically would rather spend so much time on TikTok on live, but then and it affects the health basically, right? They spend so much time every night or what's not. I've literally experienced it before. So
okay,
yeah, we try to put all those into
consideration.
Yeah.
Right. So how long have you been in operation here in Nigeria?
Okay, so this is our first year.
Okay, this is the first year.
Yeah, but then officially, we actually registered quite early last year. But then we officially operate and trade in Nigeria.
Okay, right. So from the UK, where you're officially based, and then coming here, transcending into Nigeria, and basically onto the African continent, what are the ups or the odds for you? Of course, you're targeting young people and basically people who would spend hours on the internet, and then you're looking at giving back to them, appreciating their time on your own platform. So what's the catch here, aside all of the other features you mentioned and the fact that yes, you can get monetized? How then also do you gauge audience engagement, originality of the kind of content shared on your platform? How do you also gauge things like that?
Okay, so recently, right, I thought that, or my team, I would say, thought that we want to give Nigerians the ability to have access to very sensitive information that they share to the platform. Okay. So I'll say that if basically the government is willing to support support our presence in Nigeria, we're willing to give exclusivity to Nigerians' database, right, to have a server farm in Nigeria, basically, to enable Nigerians to have access to the information and know that whatever they're sharing with the platform is constrained within their own law, right, and their own boundary, basically. In terms of content censorship, or censoring rather, I would say that it's one thing that we've put into great consideration, considering the fact that whatever, for example, I wouldn't want to talk down on it, but I'd say AI, deep phase, or whatever it's called, right? So basically, that platform, that system is really triggered so many misleading information that you see exactly the deep fake, right? You see contents that are not original, but AI can generate them for you, and you share misleading information and stuff like that. So that is something that our platform is really putting into very strong consideration, and making sure that everything that goes in and out of the platform is very authentic. Right. We have very strict censorship.
Okay, so how do you download? Are you only on Play Store, or you're also on iTunes?
We are on iOS.
Okay, iOS.
Yeah,
that's for Android, yeah?
No, okay. That's for iPhone. But then for the Android version, we basically use our website to distribute. Okay,
so you have to go through your website to get, if you're not an iPhone user, right? Is it free?
It's 100%
absolutely free. Yeah. All right, so what are the other things that you feel Nigerians should know about Kluoto? Okay,
basically our features. You see, there is, I'll say right now, there is no social media platform that enables you to interact with influencers, the B-goons, right? Let's say the celebrities.
The celebs?
Yeah, the celebrities. And what we've done to bridge that gap is we've made sure that if a celebrity comes on board, you can easily pay for their time, right? So if you want to probably, for example, VDM, right? So he comes on board, and you have a very present situation that you know that if you, as a commoner, if you DM him, he's going to take longer time, right? Except you like have some
connections to get him.
So what we've been able to do is we've been able to close that gap. That if someone like that is online or is on platform, you can easily pay for their time, and then they respond to you. Priority.
They give you priority because you're paying for their time.
Exactly, because you're paying for their time, and that way we're not just generating the efficient communication. We're also helping the said artist or the said celebrity to even earn more. Right. And then for creators, right, you don't literally have to make or have 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 followers, you know, to start making money. The moment you post, and then you have people like basically comment on the post or what's not, you can make at least, let's say, on an average, 5,000, 10,000 per day. Right, and everything is basically automated to enable fast withdrawal and whatnot. So basically, for the Nigerian sector, I would say that the company really paid attention to every single detail that social media, the social media market has had as a defect in the last 30 years, and we're saying that we're ready to change that, especially in the Nigerian market. And at this time, we're really hoping that the Nigerian government accepts us and gives us a chance to actually rule over this market in the long run. In the long run.
All right, we have to leave this conversation here this morning, but before you go, you'd quickly want to run through your website, especially for users who are not on the iOS platform. Right.
Yeah, it's Kluoto.com.
That's it. That's just it. Kluoto. So Kluoto is spelled K-L-O-U-T-O. So you can check it out. And if you need to download, you can go on their website, especially if you use Android phones like I do. And then you can download and then get connected. And I think you can also check out all Chukwuemeka has said this morning, confirm if it checks out, or if we need to bring him back to refute some of the things he said today. Thank you so much, Chukwuemeka, for sharing your time with us on the program this morning. All right, of course, we've been speaking with Chukwuemeka Martins or Sophia, of course, from Kluoto, and he's taking us through the benefits and the reasons why, as Nigerians, you must download or you must connect on the Kluoto platform. We'll take a quick break. The conversation returns shortly.